My spiritual journey, proven new human capabilities. Welcome. I'm Richard Haas-Newt, host of your Wisdom Inspired Life YouTube channel. Yogananda explicitly states the importance of wisdom. Knowledge of God and realization that we are forever one with Him is the only way to freedom. In this series, I share personal stories from my spiritual journey. It began with a lack of understanding of spirituality and God. Today, spirituality is the most important aspect of my life, and I deeply love God. That represents quite a change. In this episode, I start sharing scientific proof about human capabilities you probably didn't know we had. First, Stanford Research Institute scientists conducted a clairvoyant research meta-analysis. In this research, one individual is attempting to read a card that has been turned over at a remote location. In clairvoyant research, there is only a reader, not a sender and receiver. Again, the research concluded that the correct read rate was much higher than random chance, and that the odds against chance being the explanation of the outcome were a billion to 1. Princeton University researchers conducted a meta-analysis of whether individuals could influence the number that came up in the throwing of a die. Again, the research concluded that the thrower of the die was able to influence the outcome at a far greater rate than chance would suggest, so that the odds against chance being the explanation of the outcome were a billion to 1. Stepping back from these three major meta-analytical studies conducted by top research organizations, the conclusion is that humans have abilities to read another person's thoughts, to see a remote event, and use the power of their thinking to influence a physical outcome. What makes these results even more impressive is that the subjects in the research had no prior training or proven abilities. While fascinating in their own right, these results suggest something far more important. First, science understands what is occurring, but is virtually clueless about how or why these results could occur. Quantum physics comes closest to understanding that everything in our world is interconnected energy. Second, for about the last 500 years, science has been the ultimate definer of reality. Science started its ascension to this throne first with the publication of a paper by Copernicus, concluding that the sun was at the center of our universe, not the Earth. Galileo later built on this work and published his own similar conclusions. For this, he paid a heavy price. He was forced to recant by the church. If he did not, he would have been excommunicated and imprisoned in various ways for the rest of his life. What is most noteworthy is that the existing ultimate definer of reality at the time was the church. Instead of using scripture to understand reality, Copernicus and Galileo, and many others after them, used scientific observation and mathematical calculations to understand reality. The inadequacy of the church's explanation of the relationship between the sun and the earth was the beginning of the emergence of science as the new ultimate definer of reality. Thank you very much for listening, and I look forward to reconnecting with you soon.